So yeah, welcome to part 3 of my guide. In this part, I'd like to start by talking about security. Now, South Africa does have a problem with poverty, and this poverty does fuel crime. So be sensible about it. Don't walk around with your expensive watches, expensive jewelry, expensive earrings, expensive clothing, expensive cameras, because you are painting a target on your back. These people are poor, they don't have anything. Sometimes they got drug habits. They're going to take it off you. So just don't risk it. I mean, I walked around always with empty pockets, just a phone in my pocket. I've got my card on my phone everywhere except contactless payments, even for the smallest things. So you don't need to carry cash and you don't need to carry cards. I mean, I walked in downtown Cape Town and nobody gives you a second glance. So likewise with your car, don't leave anything visible in your car because people are going to break your window and they're going to take it. Lock it up in the boot. A broken window in a hire car is a massive pain, so just don't do it. I think a lot of people complain about the car park guards. Now, everywhere I've been in Europe, you pay for parking. In South Africa, you don't pay for parking, you just tip the car park guard. And the car park guard is going to keep an eye on your car for you. So it's well worth it, Joke with him, have a little laugh, and he's going to take care of your car. It's really simple. The next thing I'd like to talk about is accommodation. Now, accommodation in South Africa, everywhere I stayed, was of a very high standard, and I didn't pay very much for it at all. I stayed in, pretty upper class places. I stayed in Clifton. I had an apartment there. I could see the sea from there, walk across the road down to the beach. And I did not pay too much for that apartment. I'll put the price in here. I've got to go and look it up, but I'll put it in here. From Clifton, you can easily walk to Camps Bay. It's beautiful. I ran to Camps Bay and back. It's really, really worth it. I mean, in Mossel Bay, stayed in very, very beautiful accommodation. Looking out over the harbour, I think I mentioned earlier, sitting on the terrace, looking out over the harbour, having meetings. It was just fantastic, Again, in Jeffreys Bay, I stayed in absolutely lovely apartment right on the beach. Literally walk through a couple of bushes and you're down on the beach, I'd sit there with the door open and you can hear the sea. Similarly, Hout Bay, I stayed very close to the sea and sit with the doors open and you listen to it, the sea, and it's just fantastic, and it's really not much money at all. Another thing, one of the main reasons to go to South Africa is the wildlife. The wildlife in South Africa is just incredible, and it's everywhere. You drive around, any of the long roads and you'll see antelope, you'll see baboons, you'll see monkeys, you'll see them all by the side of the road. If you're on a tight budget, go to the government game parks. They're well worth it. They cost pittance for Europeans to get in. I mean, we went to the Addo Elephant Park and I can't remember what it cost, but it wasn't much at all. And we drove around there for the whole day and we saw, elephants, zebra, we saw warthogs, we saw bush pigs, we saw red hartebeest, we saw springboks. I could carry on and on and on about, all the animals we saw. Basically we saw virtually all the big five except rhino. Didn't see any rhino, but there are places we could go to see rhino. And you're driving yourself. If you're on a slightly bigger budget, I would definitely go to one of the private game reserves. They are well worth it. The accommodation is great. The guides are great. It's just wonderful. You should definitely do it. So yeah, in conclusion, South Africa is definitely well worth it for any digital nomad who wants to go and travel around and work over there. I didn't go to the north of the country, so anybody watching this from the north of the country, please feel free to make comments, make some recommendations. Keep it positive, guys. You know, negativity, go to another site, go and comment on someone else's videos. It's not welcome here. Just let's keep the comments positive. It's supposed to be a guide. It's supposed to help people. So let's be helpful and let them know. I mean, you know, places like a Mpumalanga, the Kruger Park, you know, we'd like to hear from you. South Africa, to me, has the best seafood in the world. So, yeah, and it costs nothing. Really, really. It doesn't cost much to have excellent seafood. I mean, just sitting on a beach, the seas are full of life, you know. Just sitting there, you'll see dolphins, you'll see seals. If you're at the right time of the year, you'll see the southern right whales. And there's no one on the beach. It's deserted. It'll just be you and whoever you're with. And you might see someone walking their dog, and that's about it. And there's thousands of miles of beach. So yeah, just go out, enjoy it, be safe. And yeah, if you feel like it, tag me in your videos and we'll have a discussion about it. All right, keep safe, people. Catch you later.